What's up? This is Versus. I'm JWMaher. That's Will Cohen. Will, how you feel today?
I'm doing okay. It's been an interesting weekend. Words have been said about a certain film that we're not going to talk about today. We're going to talk about another shit film.
This film's actually worse than Scream 7. It is Fairest of them all. And there's not many movies worse than Scream 7, but this is one of them.
So here's the thing about this film, John. I will give it the one prop is that poster that you saw is actually pretty accurate. All those characters are fucking in the film.
I think they're in. Yeah, those are. I recognize them. They're in the film for sure.
Yeah. You do see some of those weapons, appear in the movie itself. That's where the prop ends, as far as I'm concerned, because the way that this was pitched to me by you, admittedly, but even by the promotional materials as well, this was promoted as essentially a Hunger Games clone with fairy tale characters and princesses.
Yeah.
So I was thinking we were getting like if Disney got some guts behind it and decided to remake Battle Royale with its characters.
I think that's what they thought they did.
Maybe, but
yeah.
No, that's not quite what we got.
I'll say that here's the real pitch. Have you ever been, just have all your Disney memorabilia and just looking at it, how much you love Disney princesses? And if you ever said out loud, I wish somebody would gaslight me about my favorite Disney princess. Could somebody just come gaslight me about all my favorite Disney properties? Please, I wish I would. I want somebody to treat me like I don't know what the fuck I watch. Please make up facts as if they're canon about all my favorite Disney princesses, because that's what Fairest of them all is.
Basically, so it's like, first of all, did you know a lot of your Disney princesses have fucking powers?
Yeah, like superpowers.
Did you know that Ariel is not actually called Ariel?
Her name is Georgia, and she's a vampire mermaid.
There we are. Did you know that Belle is a giant bitch?
Did you know Belle's a werewolf?
Oh, right, come on now. Time for a tea party.
I didn't know Belle was a fucking werewolf. Belle's a werewolf.
Belle is the bee. The beauty is the beast, goddammit.
And they're both beasts. I guess being a beast is sexually translated, so that happens. Sleeping Beauty is psychotic, I guess, and she's like Lady Deathstrike. Apparently, from X-Men.
Yeah,
and her name's like not Aurora. It's like Conchetta, or it's something. I forget what her name is, but she's Sleeping Beauty. Snow White is still Snow White, and she also needs to drink blood to survive. She's she's like a daywalker, I guess. She's not a vampire like Ariel Georgia. She's just like needs blood.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. Her skin is as pale as snow, so there's a reason. That bitch is anemic as hell.
Tinkerbell is there for some reason. She's just like a drug addict stripper.
But my mistake came from not looking at that pixie dust properly. I was so jazzed up by Peter, I thought, why not? One for the road.
It's like I don't know what her deal was, but she's
there. I mean, she was, like we actually see her hanging out with Peter, and then she's not, and she doesn't fly. She doesn't have her pixie dust. In fact, I'm pretty sure she's just there to fucking die.
Yeah, and then our main-ish character is Cinderella, and she has like she has like homicidal rage, I guess. I guess it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing with her, but not really, because she's always Cinderella.
Right.
But she goes like into berserker mode. Which is basically just Kelly Rhea and Sanson doing this. That's all it is. And then she kills people. And then Alice is a character. Alice and the Mad Hatter are like the like in Would You Rather, they're like the Jeffrey Combs, Robin Lord Taylor characters in Would You Rather in this movie. The Mad Hatter treats Alice like shit and basically threatens to kill her the entire movie.
The temple you've got it wrong, Alice. Congratulations. Maybe someday you'll get one right,
And then he eventually kills her.
Right.
I didn't realize the Mad Hatter had all these powers. Like the Mad Hatter is like a telekinetic, telepathic dude that has sleeping dust, and he's also like the greatest fighter that ever lived, because all of these princesses are with their respective princes, and the Mad Hatter just comes in and just lays waste to them.
Where's Robert?
Think fast.
Which begs the question, why have this fucking contest? Like,
right.
But whatever. The contest is for like he's gonna have all these girls fight each other to the death, and the winner gets to marry him.
Which, is so like oddly misogynistic, especially like, so women fighting each other for the sake of like being with a man makes me think that the dude from Atelophobia and our good friend Louisa Warren were somehow behind the scenes, like pulling the puppet strings. But it's weird that, again, like Mad Hatter is able to like snap his fingers and everyone has to shut up.
Don't give little Alice here all the credit.
You sick son of a bitch!
Get here now! What the hell is going on? Dad, what's going on?
Yeah, he has like crazy like freaking like Jean Grey powers, basically.
Right.
Like, and like, so it doesn't make any sense that he'd be able to be defeated, because he's literally just like, all right, sit down, and they have to sit down. He's like the Purple Man from Jessica Jones. Like, he's like got every power you can imagine.
And we're overshadowing his greatest power, the ability to look up and have a giant screen appear.
Yeah,
that only he can see.
Yeah. So the girls, like, he'll just send them off to a part of the castle to fight. So they're in a room, and he's like, we can just watch. And he looks up, and then there's all of a sudden, like, he has the ability to create picture-in-picture in the movie, which is a great power. Like, I've none of the mutants in the X-Men have that power.
And look at that. Let the games begin.
No.
Oh man, I think the one positive thing I'll say about this movie is like 70 something minutes long, and it just goes. It doesn't give a shit if you're paying attention, if you understood what they said, if like you understand any of the properties they're talking about. If you wait a minute, she can't do that. Doesn't matter. They're already on to the next scene. It's like, yep. What are you talking about? It's like by the time you're like, what the fuck just happened? Like if you do that, you're gonna miss the next scene. So don't let your confusion just wash over you. It's okay if you're confused. I was confused, but the next scene's gonna come and confuse you too. So it's just a constant wave of confusion. Like, what the fuck? Who did she? What? Who is that? What the fuck? Why did he die? Who the fuck is that? That's the whole movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, you can't say that this film doesn't linger.
Oh, it definitely does not. There's no fat on this movie. It's not beautiful, but there's no fat on it.
Yeah, like for a film that's all about like Disney princesses and shit, you would think that the film would actually look prettier, but it doesn't.
Like, I don't even think we need to like recap the fights in the movie. The fights are just the fights. Like it's like this is not the raid.
No,
it is not. It is the fights look exactly like you think they look. Yeah,
like blood, guts, dead. Blood, guts, dead. Blood, guts, dead. That's.
I think the funniest thing is like so Snow White fights Belle, and Belle turns into a werewolf, and she's like fucking up Snow White. But then Snow White all of a sudden becomes Nightcrawler from the X-Men. And like they just like pick a random person. They're like, because like Snow White is like blinking in and out of existence and like beating the, it's like, were you going to explain what powers these girls had? Or he's like, no, dude, I like Nightcrawler, make her Nightcrawler. I like Wolverine, make this one Wolverine. That's like the whole movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like at least some of them had like a semblance of how this character could have powers. Like it makes sense to a degree that Belle could turn into a beast because, you know, we said Beauty and the Beast. We never said that they were two different people.
Yes. So, you know, everything goes, of course. So there's 3 matches. The 3 winners fight in a 3-way dance, right? So then it's like when Cinderella, Snow White, and Sleeping Beauty. It's another great fight.
Oh yeah,
take my word for it. And then, you know, Cinderella wins because she's the main character. There's also a scene where her and Alice try to escape, but they get caught, and then, you know, Mad Hatter finally makes good on his threat and kills Alice. But then we find out that Mad Hatter, even though he is like this like omniscient, omnipresent like deity in the house, he's not the bad guy. He is the fairy godmother's sex slave, apparently.
Cinderella. Miss me?
Yeah.
And she's played by Chrissy Wanna in makeup to make her look deformed. And what, they kill the Mad Hatter.
Wait, they don't know. No!
And then the fairy godmother resurrects all the princesses and thinks she's got it. It doesn't matter that Cinderella can kill anybody because she's like the greatest fighter known to man. And these 5 zombies are going to suddenly stop her. But guess what? No, she's the fairest of them all. And she's just like, yo, I'm the fairest of them all. Kill this bitch.
No.
And they do. And the movie ends.
Yep.
Yeah, that's I got nothing else to say. I mean, I think we rated it the same. Maybe I'm harsh. Maybe I'm harsh. And like I'm making this sound fun. And I think on some level, if you go in to shit on this movie, and like that is your goal, you will have a great time because that is all this movie exists to be. If you're watching it as like I'd love some intellectual property around my favorite Disney princesses, you will be sorely upset. So I have to give this a 1.5.
Yeah, I also gave this 1.5 because at some point I have to look at objectivity, and objectivity shows that this is just a fucking terrible movie. There is some fun to be had, but for me, if I can laugh at the film enough, I tend to give it like a 2.5, but I couldn't even give that because it doesn't linger enough on any particular scene to make it that enjoyable. And like
when you're laughing just because like you're uncomfortable,
right?
Are you really laughing?
And like what John and I were talking about before, is that it feels like they have like, you know, they poured out like a bunch of like old Disney action figures and had kids like playing them and said, hey, you can give all these characters like random things, and he just had someone writing it down. But to me, it doesn't quite have that same energy, because with that, we've seen films like that, like Kong Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, has that energy. Godzilla King of the Monsters has that energy. Avengers Civil War has that energy. This does not have that energy. It feels like you like woke these kids up to do that, and it feels lazy.
You gave them Benadryl. You gave them Benadryl, and then the action figures said play, and you wrote that script. That's what this is.
Yeah, because you only have like 2 kids who are like barely awake enough to like that's okay. Can we be done now? You can be done now. Okay, we'll fuck something up.
We've got it. Cut print.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, no, 1.5.
Yeah. So we're getting the end of this run is insane. There's very few movies left, but these latest movies that came out in 2025 from ITN are available still on Tubi or YouTube. This next movie is called The Kiss of a Vampire. That's what it's called. That is what the poster looks like. That is what they went with. Here it is. And I imagine there's a vampire kissing somebody in it. That's because they're pretty literal. So next week we'll be back with The Kiss of a Vampire. If you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror and check out the Letterboxd Challenge. Pause right there. There's a QR code. We'd love to see you there. Until next time, I'm JWMaher. That's Will Cohen, and this has been Versus.